What's up, family and friends? Welcome to the Woke Nation. How are you doing? Hope you're doing great. It's a good day, windy and sunny. People having barbecue here, maybe doing graduation party and all that. You know, some people cannot do without party. They have to. So, but that is their choice. So I welcome all of you wherever you are and encouraging you to join us as we seek and spread knowledge, the knowledge of factual truth, which is very important. It will save you a lot of things like your life, your time, your money, and other things. You will see how beautiful life is without any belief system. You will see how great life is without having fear of imaginary being, God you have not seen or God you cannot see. So I want to share with us what I titled, Who is the Doer? Or who was the doer? And I always start with your life. Your life supposed to be the best example you will ever get. Now, who was your doer? Who brought you forth? It is not any God. Although they wrote it in the Bible or in the Quran or in the Torah telling you there was a God that created you, a God you have not seen and a God you cannot see. And you believe God created me. Can you tell me your creation date? You can't. What day did God create you? You can't. I had a silly religious somebody say one time, the day my father impregnated my mother was the day God created me. So unless you're saying your father is God, but you're saying God in heaven created you the day your father impregnated your mother. You see that? Or the day I was conceived, that's the day God created me. So, you know, religious people comes up with silly excuse to defend their illusion. You know, they have to do that because they have been trained to do that. Even when they don't know they are doing that indirectly. So, you're supposed to know you are doer. And you don't have only one doer. Your father and your mothers, they are your doers. They are the one that brought you forth. Without your father and your mother, you won't be here today. And the same goes back to your ancestors. That's how we all came to be. Speak what you know. Don't tell me, okay, who was the first? I don't know. So why are you believing a lie? Because somebody said that, and that lie you believe is a new lie. It's not even old one. There are other lies before that. In other words, there are other beliefs before the one you believe. But the reason why you believe this one is because it was forced on you. Not directly on you, but to your ancestors. Then they pass it down to you. They believe in God. He is the maker of heaven and earth. He is in heaven. I cannot see him until I die. I have to pretend to be good. I have to pretend he exists until I see him. Although I am his child, I don't know how he looks, but I know when I see him, I will be as he is. You see, illogical. It doesn't make sense. There's no logic in all that statement. Just wasting my time reciting the nonsense another man made up and forced on me. So who is the doer with your life? Oh, are you a graduate now? You went to school, you studied hard. Sometimes you stay awake laboring. You studied hard, you sat for that exam. And now you are telling me it is God that made it possible for you to graduate. You say it must be God. You see, some of you, when you are celebrating your birthday, you say it must be God. God's the one that... Who told you God is the one that kept you alive? Your parents, religious leaders, those religious books they wrote, they are the one that told you that God is the one that is keeping you alive. But your own life is a perfect example that God is not doing anything for you. When you are crossing the road, you cannot say, I trust God. God will keep me from every oncoming vehicle. They will not hit me. I go. Though I walk through the valley of shadow of death, I shall fear no evil, for God is with me. His rod and his staff, they comfort me. Cross main road, let me see. Cross that road with your eyes shut, let me see. Even with your eyes closed, don't look left, don't look right. Cross that road, let me see who is keeping you alive. Whether you are the one or God. You will see when you don't care about your life, that's when you will die unnecessary death. When you don't care about your life, you put your life in harm's way. You are the doer. The things that have been achieved in your own life, I mean, the things you call your achievement is your achievement. It's not by God's grace. It's not by God's strength. All that I am what I am by the grace of God is a statement of delusional people or person. You are not what you are by the grace of God. You are what you are by the nature. That's why you feed yourself. That's why you take care of you naturally do those things, not by the grace of God. You have that strength in you. It is your strength. You are the one that get up in the morning first. The first thing that wake you up in the morning is called the sun. When the sun rises, naturally you rise, especially you men. Have you noticed that when you are with a woman, or that's when you sleep on the same bed with a woman, especially your wife or your girlfriend, somebody you normally have sex with, you find that in the morning, you the man is the first to rise up. And you begin to poke your penis at her to wake her up because you want to have sex. She's fast asleep. That elevates you awake because the sun is the one that wakes you up naturally. And because you are one with that woman, you are one, all of us are one with the nature. Then she also wake up. You wake her up. The sun wake you up, you wake her up. And you begin to enjoy yourselves. Have you ever think about that? The nature is what is helping us, and we are helping ourselves. It's not any God. You see how nature help you by the food you eat, by the water you drink. It's not any God. It's not any God in heaven throwing down manna. And if you believe that God ever rained down manna from heaven, rain bread down from heaven, why can't he do it today? Why can't he do it today? Because it's a story. It never happened. It's fairy tale. In the land of fairy tales, everything is possible. That's why they tell you with God, all things are possible. But in reality, nothing is possible with God. It is you who is the doer. Let me come to you again. Maybe you haven't been hospitalized before, but you have visited your loved one, or your grandfather, or your grandmother, or your sister, or your brother, or your parents in the hospital. Who took them to the hospital? Who built the hospital where they were? The bed they're laying on. Who are the doctors and nurses taking care of them? People like you.
I don't even want a pink hat.
You are fellow human being. So you're supposed to know that we are the doers. Not just hearers, not just speakers, but we are the doers. We made it possible. That person was sick. You have to rush that person to the hospital. Why? Because you can. And because there is a way for you to do that. It was not any God that did that or any Jesus, but you have that will and the power to do that. Always look at yourself. Always use yourself as an example. Can you do that? If you can do that, that means you are the doer. Understand? So also, let me say, do you have a job? You're working in any company? Who made it possible? You were qualified.
Not to be in your way or anything. I want to ask you, is it okay when you finish we can use this table?
Yeah, of course. Just give me some.
You see, we have too much stuff going on.
All right, don't.
But I'm saying when you finish,
right.
just let me know when you finish.
Peace, sis.
All right. Thank
You
you.
will know. All right, take care. Now, you secure that job. Before they hire you, you send your resume, or some people call it their CV, right? Because you went to school and you get all that experience, or working knowledge. Some people call it working knowledge, right? Or you have skills to do certain job. Then you send your resume. You did not put God in that resume. You don't put Jesus in that resume. You did not say, I am a student of so-so university by the grace of God. It's not written there. You never say that, right? Then they call you for interview. They interviewed you. They say, okay, according to what you gave to us and according to your response to our questions, we see you are qualified for this job. But you're going to be under probation. In America, you have for 3 months, 90 days, you have to be under probation. Every worker in America must go through that. It's a law, right? Unless maybe your father put you there. They don't care your father's company. But if it's not your father's company, it's not your company, there's a law. You must do that. Then they hire you. You begin to kiss a lot of asses. You begin to do a lot of things to make sure you don't lose your job. Sometimes you do something wrongly. You see how your heart beats. Oh, I may lose this job. Sometimes you go home because of what happened in the job. You are shaking. I don't know. Maybe a phone may ring tomorrow and tell me they don't need my services anymore. Or I may come in, they walk me out and say, so thing happened. They fire me. Many people get fired like that. But when you go back to that job, no question asked. Nobody call you for interrogation. You start again. the cycle start again. You are working, yet you are claiming it is God that make it possible for me to secure this job. I am here today working because of grace of God. Which God are you talking about? You are the God you're talking about. You're supposed to give yourself that accolade. You're supposed to give yourself that praises. You're supposed to give yourself that thanks. Not any God. But they gave you the book and tell you in everything, give thanks to God. Which God are you giving thanks to? God you have not seen before. And God you cannot see. Of course, Sally, you can contribute, but you're going to make it quick. So request again so I can approve it, if network will allow you. All right. So you are the doer, not any God. Not any God. Do you have a house or you are living in a house or sleeping in a house? Who built that house? Who made it possible? But you will activate to that religious nonsense. It is God that gives people the mind. It is God. If God is the one that gives people any knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, then you won't need any school. Resend the request. If I see it, I will, because it will show me, it will notify me when you request it. I saw it before, but it disappears. So I have to see it again for me to approve it. All right. So it is you that is the doer. Somebody that built that house, you are paying rent. If God is the one that keep you, oh God, make it possible for me to have this house. So why are you paying tax or paying rent in that house? Because it is not God. You are the doer, not any God. All right, let me approve it and see. Approve. I don't know. Okay, when you come on, you say what you want to say. So we are the doers. It's not God the Father, it's not God the Son, it's not God the Holy Spirit. So who are the ones that attack us when we say it is not God, it is us? People that believe in God. What's up, buddy?
Good afternoon. And congratulations for the good work you're doing.
Oh, thank you. What is your name again before you continue? How do you say that?
Talk with Charlie. Charlie. Talk with Charlie.
Talk with Charlie. Oh, I see Sally. Charlie. All right, so what do you have for us?
Yes, I called to say thank you for keeping us awake.
You're welcome.
And somebody would think that you're mad, but when you think deep into it, you are making a lot of sense.
I am crazy for that.
I always say, you see how the Chinese are trooping into Africa. Recolonization is coming. And we would sit down for them to colonize us, only to in future come and say that, and we sat down and the Chinese came to recolonize us. It's only a fool that allow his testicles to step on twice.
Yeah.
And if you remain asleep, they would continue doing it to us.
Of course.
Because we don't want to take responsibility. We want to leave everything to some bearded man up there to do it for us. But there is no tomorrow but now. Because whatever you are doing now is what will usher you into your tomorrow. Such that if you want a better tomorrow, you must make the concerted effort today. But we tend to sit down thinking that somebody is preparing a better tomorrow for us. So if you are sitting down praying 24/7, 7 days a week, waiting for God to do a better tomorrow for you, the question is, what about the Chinese? Because the Chinese do not know Jesus Christ. But they have been able to elevate themselves from poverty. China in the 60s, my country, Ghana, has ever loaned China money before. It's in our records. We've ever given China grants. Under Kwame Nkrumah.
We are feeding the whole world. Africa fed the whole world.
But today, China is doing it. China has turned poison into medicine.
Everything.
How did China do it? Did they do it with prayers? Did they do it waiting for God to do it? For they took their destiny in their own hands. So it's about time the youth of Africa must come together and say that, look, enough is enough. If you do what you always did,
you have to wake up first.
You get what you always got. So thank you very much. I admire you so much. Salute.
Thank you. All right, you see what he said there? He said, no one will allow his tentacles to be stepped on 2 times. But they have been stepping on African tentacles multiple times.
Severally.
He said, oh God, Oh, Jesus, pray, 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 pray. You see, they're opening churches again. Today is Sunday, right? How many? They have wasted their time and their money in church. The time they're supposed to use to think. And somebody said that, oh, for Africans to be free, they use economic freedom. I say no. We have been doing business in Africa before white people. The Igbo people in Africa today, they're still doing business. They don't need to go to any school to do business. You know, it's normal thing. We have to wake up as a people. And when you are talking about the youth of Africans, where are the youth of Africans? In religious places. Why? Because most of them are graduates. They came out no job, nothing. So why can't we create job ourselves? Why is it the foreigners that will come and create job in our land, in our own land, and they use our resources? Some of them, they take it from our land, go to their land and repackage it and come and sold it to us. And some of us are dying to have it, to buy it. Who are the doers? That's what I'm asking you. We, the people, are the doers. Chinese people are doers. Japanese people are doers. Africans refuse to be doers. They choose to be believers. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus. I believe in Mary. I believe in angel. I believe one day it will be better. I believe one day. What is one day? Time is man-made. You can make that one day today. And that's how can you do it? You have to wake up first. You have to wake up. It starts with you individually. When you wake up and begin to work on you, begin to show. I am a living example of my own awakened, my own awakened person or waking state that I am in. I am not begging anyone to come and tell me anything or to come and show me how to live. No, I am living my life and I'm not offending anyone. The only one that may feel offended are those who love the lies they taught us, which I am angry at. I'm angry at the lies, right? Like you see people today saying Black Lives Matters. How can Black lives matter to you Africans that believe darkness is evil? Darkness is bad. You're talking to yourself. You are the darkness. You say agent of darkness. You can't. We are expecting light. When you're saying light overcomes darkness, you are saying white people overcome you. You are saying white supremacy overcome you. That's what you say. But because you don't know you are a believer, you believe whatever they tell you. The man that come hate, they kill him when he said the truth, which happened to be Martin Luther King, Jr. in America today. When he began to go beyond, hey, okay, love your enemies. They said, no, we must kill this guy. They assassinated him. Africans, you have to wake up. So thank you, Brother Charlie, for your contribution. And we appreciate that, okay? Have fun. So let me continue with what I'm saying. The doers, you are the one that secured that job. You are the one that secured that apartment. You are the one that did all that you said, this is my achievement, or this is where I am today. Let's say you are living in America, or you are living in Europe, or you are living in the city, wherever it is in the world, you are the one that made that decision and took that step to go. It is God did not come where you were sleeping in your house and take you and put you in America or in Europe or in Asia or in the city, wherever you are living. No, you are the one. Some of you, you grew up in your village. You know how you used to go and back and all that, going for hunting in the bush to find meat for your family to eat. You know how you used to do farm work to get paid for you to have some money to buy drink or eat. Now you say, no, man, this life is hard. You see some of your mates, even people you used to be better than, they travel to abroad or to the city and come back with nice car or nice things. Then you say you must take a step. You move. Guess what? You succeed there. You come back. You're going to church for Thanksgiving. It is God. God made it possible. It's God. There's this brother in America here that tell me that he left New Jersey and moved to Texas. So we are talking. He said, you know, when I started talking about this, how we need to wake up, he said, no, there is God. It is God that made it possible for him to come from Enugu to America. It's God. Wherever you are, it is God that put you in that position. I said, it's not true. But that's what they taught us. It is the Lord's doing. Our doing becomes the Lord's doing. And we don't see ourselves as the Lord. We see ourselves as slaves. Monkey, they walk. Babu, they chop. You slaves walk. Slaves invent things. The master claim we are the inventors. How can the master invent things to make work easier for the slaves? Think. Our ancestors labored as slaves. They did not start as slaves. They started as builders. They are the builders that rejected the cornerstone that the Arabs and the Europeans brought. They say, no, that's not the main thing. We have the foundation. There's foundation stone, which is the most important stone, not the cornerstone you put on top of there. After you have achieved great things, you put stuff and say, that's the chief corner. Fuck that. Understand that we are the doers. We are the one that can make things happen. Not any God, not any imaginary being. Let us see what this our own have to say. Let's see. All right. If they approve, I mean, if the network let you approve it, so you say Adam. Now, if you are the doer, why are you ascribing your effort and your sources to imaginary being? Because you have been indoctrinated and brainwashed from childhood. That's why. You see how you're fighting for that God. Yesterday, I was here making a video, and that white guy hear me saying that Yahweh, Jehovah, Allah, all those gods, they are useless. They doesn't exist. He get upset and rise up, take his friend and begin to yell, I believe there is God, there is God. That's all he can say. You say there is God, and so what does that make it true? Can I say I am a doctor, and it means I'm a doctor? I believe I am a doctor. Is that true? I believe I'm a captain. Is that true? I believe I can fly. Is that true? No. It's believe, believe, believe. You believe because you don't know. You have faith because you lack knowledge. When you know, you will not believe. When you know, you will do. You do what you know. You don't do what you believe. You say you believe you can fly. Okay, fly now. You know you won't do that. You cannot do that. You only believe it. I believe there is God. Okay, but you cannot prove it. You cannot show that God. That God cannot show up. And a God that cannot show up is not the doer in your life. God is not the doer. Jesus is not the doer. Is it not written there even in your book? He said, do not be hearers only, but doers of the word. Not doers of what was for you. They say doers of the word. The word the slave master wrote. They say do it. But not what you think that will work for you. What you know that, no, they say no, do the word, the word. They tend to give you freedom, but it's not freedom. They lie to you. It's bondage. It is time you wake up, my brothers and my sisters, and know that you are the doers. We are the one that will stand up and say enough is enough. We don't need any other race to help us. We don't need any other race to work with us. We have to do it ourselves, and that's how we can have the real freedom, the real thing we need. Who is the doer? The next time you make that money, the next time you buy that, and the next time you go anywhere, the next time you wake up and dress up to go anywhere, ask yourself, who is the doer? Stop pretending. When you wake up in the morning, you begin your life with pretense. You say, let me pray. You need that. That's pretending. And that's how you'll be pretending all the day. When you don't supposed to smile, you begin to smile, fake smile. It is where all is. They even taught you to lie. Let the weak say, I am strong. And they tell you liars will not be found in that kingdom of God. But they tell you, let the weak say, I am strong. Let the poor say, I am rich. When it's not there, he said, speak it by faith. It's there. You believe it's there. When it is you are doing, he said, it is the Lord's doing. No, you have to wake up, my people. It is time you know that you are the doer. As I always say, you have the will and the mind to make things happen. God cannot do it. Devil cannot do it. Jesus cannot do it. Allah cannot do it. Yahweh cannot do it. Jehovah cannot do it. You can do it because you exist. They don't exist. You are not fictional character. You are a living being. You have all it takes to live your life. Peace.